Hello everyone and welcome back to Amnesia Justine. Today we will be doing the neutral route. This one is still pretty easy because I'm gonna be cheap. The hardest one to save is Detective... Oh goodness, I forgot his name. Well, the detective in the final one you have to save is the hardest to save. First one is the easiest. Second one is the, middle ground, I believe. So, I'll be sparing the first one, I think. I don't know, I'll sort that out in the moment whilst we play. But it shouldn't be a difficult decision. The detective I'm definitely not saving, it's just way too difficult and scary. My body can't handle the chase scene at the end. The sounds they make are quite haunting. The... what would you call it? The very raspy breaths that they take? Very unsettling.
Bienvenue. You are now listening to the sound of my disembodied voice. It will serve you no purpose to look for me, for this is a voice from the past. I bid you welcome to my cabinet of perturbation. It is my study of the human psyche, specifically yours. A set of recordings have been prepared to chaperone you through the chambers ahead. There are a few parts to this study, and it is up to you, not only to pass, but to figure out what elements are important. Please go on. Move into the next chamber. Just remember, they can all be saved. There is always a way.
I believe perturbation means anxiety or mental unease, something along those lines. Very fitting. Also, they give you a lantern and I still don't really know why. You don't get any oil, so you can never use it. That one right there, I believe, is Alois. He's also the one that we are going to evade here. I mean, we don't necessarily have to... I forgot to get the ladder. This is awkward. Righto, I don't think I'm gonna save the first guy. It's easier to kill him, I'm afraid. I'm still gonna be getting everything and listening to everything, by the way, even though I've already done it. It just feels wrong not to. I'll try to be as fast as I can, though.
Whoever you are,
I'm gonna get this over with right now.
I would be much obliged. Please, please be
It's very interesting that Justine followed in her father's footsteps through the obsession with trying to figure out the human psyche. Although their motives are very different. Her father wanted to cure the mental illnesses, while Justine just seems to take sadistic pleasure in abusing them. Righto, now I'm just going to quickly run, collect that note, and then run to the ladder. Just because adding more risk would be a lot more fun. It wasn't fun. This isn't fun. It's amazing that they can even still walk, talk, and, you know, do things. Does he follow you? I don't... No, he doesn't. Alois is the least threatening. He is so easy to evade. Let's see if I can actually get his attention. Hey, stupid. Goodness me, I can't believe I was afraid of that guy. This is definitely the best one to kill. For the first one is definitely that guy, but save the second one. And then we'll kill the third guy. And then we'll get the neutral route. For the second achievement, the second ending achievement. Now that I know there's actually nothing behind me, this isn't that scary. I'm going back to... Ain't no way. I said I wouldn't pause anymore because it's like, you know, very cowardly, kind of disrupts the flow, but that actually freaked me out. I thought he was actually behind me there. But no, it's all just cheap scare tactics, don't buy into it. He's trying to scare you, probably just because he's angry that you got away, but it's his own fault. Oh, wrong way.
Speak into the phonograph, Basile, mon chéri.
What did you put into the wine?
Absinthe, silly Basile. Strong men like you don't drink wine. Wine is for helpless women, like myself.
My head. What is this thing? Get me out. I'm not up for your games.
No. You have to say it first. How beautiful am I?
Plenty. Now let me out of this thing.
No. That is not what you say.
Your beauty is blinding. Ah! My eyes! What have you done to my eyes? Justine! This isn't funny! You've blinded me!
Ha ha! Can't catch me now.
I'll kill you, you whore!
An interesting note about that, so it's clear Justine... Well, first I'll start off by saying that her father always said, as a response to Justine asking about her mother, he always said that her beauty was blinding. This messed with Justine a lot. She seems to have a lot of self-consciousness about her appearance. And the beauty is blinding. She seems to take some kind of like importance to that sentence. Like it bothers her very much. I mean, I'm sure she was going to take his eyes out either way. She was just waiting for him to say beauty is blinding for the sick comedy of it. Also, something to note about that note I just collected. I recently watched a lore video that gave the possibility of the fact that Marlowe was not drunk, but like drugged. And that is entirely a possibility knowing Justine. But I was thinking that she simply just made him drink before going on to the stage. I'm sure she has the influence to do that, but again, the possibility of him being drugged is there. I'd have to read the note again just to make sure, though.
Congratulations for coming this far. I'm so excited for you. I do hope you managed to save Monsieur Fournier. He was a friend and a colleague of my papa, you know. Friendly fellow, a real bon garçon, but frail of mind. He puts up an impressive front, but it is all an act, I assure you. Please, go on. We are just getting started.
It's clear Justine had a mental illness of some kind before all of this, though I'm not sure what it is she had. It never expressly states, and also I don't think it hints at what illness she would have had either, because a lot of the way she is now is due to the 4 years of being experimented on mentally. So it's hard to tell what it is she had beforehand that made her father want to figure her brain out. Also, it states friends, plural, but I was under the impression that the only friend she had was Clarice.
On this next piece, you should be looking for some divine inspiration. Time to delve into your spiritual side. What do you see? Is the man begging for mercy, or is he being blessed? Perhaps both. Father used to say there were no right answers. Have the light guide you.
Oh, I get it. I really should have kept that in mind last time. I clean forgot about that phonograph. So the sword could be either like a blessing to a knight, right? Or a possible beheading. And the man looking to the left could be saying that you think it's a blessing, while the man looking to the right could potentially be a beheading? I didn't exactly phrase that in the most clearest of ways, but basically, choose the man looking to the left, and that is a blessing. Choose the man looking to the right, and that's beheading. That seems to be the vibe I get from that. If that's the case, I understand it a small bit more now. And unruly behavior, I don't understand what it is she could have done. We know that she feels very self-conscious, something to do with her mother. And I'm assuming this is because her father spoke of her mother in like a very high light constantly to her. Choose the two sides with the characters facing the same way. Since she chooses the right, then that means the guy with the sword and the guy looking to the right. I'm not sure what that would mean either. I feel like the answer's simple and I'm just missing it because, you know, I've got dumb brain going on. Couldn't hurt to have a look at them again. Just a quick look, I suppose. We'll save this guy in a moment. That is, if I remember how to save him. I don't know why I'm going over here, I need that slide. These notes are very important. This note is the most interesting. When I first read it, I thought maybe her father was abusing her because of the urgency in the note. Today, father came for me in my room. It's like very... It gives the image of her father rushing into the room for Justine. And also, shouldn't feel ashamed, only tried to fill the void left by mother. That one, I don't know. Clearly she did something. It wasn't something he did, it's something she did that upset him. And that started the downfall of their relationship, and also her descent into insanity. And even his descent into insanity as he used his daughter as a test subject. As for what it was she did, it must have been related to whatever mental illness she had that they don't exactly give much info on. Also, apparently, this is Monsieur Flaubert. I had not known that. I thought that was the man behind there. Also, while things are quite quiet, I do want to apologize if I've been rather quiet during this particular playthrough. I'll have more to say on the save everyone run, I would imagine. But going through it a multitude of times when it's the same thing, essentially, it's very, hard to find things to say. Nonetheless, I hope you're enjoying it so far. The man with the sword is facing to the left. I'm such a dummy. So then, the ones facing towards the right is the kneeling and the man looking to the right. Oh, this is one puzzle that my head can't handle. You know, that painting reminded me, it's, the imagery here, it's like he's on a cross. It's a very similar look. And then the other facing left one is the swordsman, so guy pointing with the sword would be around about here, and then you have this guy. That's the two lefts. Then you have the guy facing to the right, which would be here, and the kneeling guy down there. You saw the guy facing to the right sees the guy kneeling? Is that what he sees that he likes? Gosh, I do apologize for my inability to figure this out. Perhaps there's nothing to figure out and I'm looking too deep into it, but it feels like there is.
Who are you? Who's there?
Don't worry, buddy, I'm here to save you this time, even though you're by far the most rude of all of the survivors. Survivors in quotations. All of the victims. I believe it's 3 and 4, don't quote me on that. This is very risky, it's not only is it gambling someone's life, but...
You'll burn for this.
Good sir, it is your frickin' life I am trying to save here. What am I burning for? Gambling your life?
Twisted child.
I'm pausing because he's not going to stop talking, so... Let's see here. 3 and 4 would be... I don't remember. Oh no, I think 3 and 4 would be the guy looking to the right and the guy kneeling. I don't think 3-4 is the right combination to save this guy. All I can do is guess. Have mercy is what I shall. Goodness me. Oh boy. This is it. This is it. This is what... Oh no. Oh no. I need to figure this out or I'm replaying this all over again and I don't want to do that. Wait, no. If I don't do this, I have to save the detective. Oh boy, the sweat's coming up now. Maybe 2-3? What? Alright, think about this rationally. This guy's a priest, so maybe I should look for religious symbolism? The guy standing up on slide 1, I think it is, does kind of look like he's on a cross, so he's got that general pose going on for him. So maybe 1? 1 and 3? Because it looks like he's in prayer? I feel like I would remember if it was 1 and 3.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Your prayers have been answered. They have not. I don't know what to do. 3 and 4? Okay, think rationally. Calm down. I'm tearing that guy apart and I don't even mean to. Am I a monster? Would you relax? 3 is the kneeling man. I feel like 3 has to be one of them. It's a guy in prayer. It must be. What about 2? Man of the sword. 4. Guy looking to the right. 3 and 4 wasn't it. 1 and 3 wasn't it. 3 must be one of them. So 2 and 3? And I believe this is my last chance as well. Oh, speaking of mercy, may it be put upon me because I don't want to save the detective. No offense to the detective. I mean, if I had the choice, I'd save all of these guys, but I need the achievement.
Of Lords.
3 and 2. Just gonna make sure these are the right figures. I'm sorry guys, I spent 20 minutes in the library last time because of these slides and I'm doing it again.
And he shall reign omnipotent forever and ever.
If this doesn't work, my good man, then there is no end to how sorry I am for the complete lack of brain cells that my brain yields. Oh. Oh, please don't be screaming. No. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it, really, I didn't. I just couldn't figure it out. Man kneeling, guy with sword? It wasn't it. Oh, this just ain't it, Chief. That means I have to save the good detective.
I wonder, is Father David with his god now? Maybe you helped him there. Don't you worry. I'm sure he didn't have a family. He probably wasn't even all that well liked. With the current political climate, I'm surprised someone hasn't killed him already. We can't all be saved. Some don't even want to be saved. Yes, that is a comforting thought. Saves us from trying.
Very fascinating. However, you'll excuse me, I have to throw up for what I've done. Oh. It's one thing when you intend for that to be the outcome, it's another thing when you're actually trying to save them. I just smacked my face with this door. I deserve no less. Oh, I'm not scared of you, Basil. I'm just scared of how loose your mouth is. The foul words that come out of it. None of these rocks are pick-upable? I do believe I've made a great... Hey, whoa. Whoa now. Oh, donkey spittle. This is it for me, champ. This might be the first time I die on one of these no death run series. Because I do believe I've gone the completely wrong way. Oh, say less. Woo. No doubt. He's behind me, isn't he? Start screaming, I'm ready. I'm not ready. Look at me. I'm the best man. Undefeated. When did my room get so dark? Wow. I can't see anything. Let's see what you have to say, bud.
You have figured out how it all works by now. Are you enjoying my quips? I think they are quite clever. Not that I was ever much of a conversationalist. Poetry has always been my forte. But I digress. You should press on. It will all be over soon. Also, the police are here. Maybe they can help you.
I just got it. I thought the police were actually here, but she means the good detective up ahead. Okay, that's kind of funny. It's pretty sick too, though. I should really turn my light on. This room gets any darker and I might start having this eye pains looking at the screen. I don't think it's good for you to look at a like really bright screen in the dark. She responds to this note, which is the most interesting thing. Because depending on the endings you get, right? Like, let's say for example Daniel went through with his plan to kill Alexander and escaped the castle. What happens when he responds to the letter? Does he come over for dinner? If so, then does Daniel become one of the next victims of Justine? That would be extremely cool and also bizarre and upsetting to know that Daniel may just be another victim of Justine if he does escape. I'd be very interested to see a game where Daniel has to escape from one of Justine's plans. Though I'm not sure how all of that would unfold in the first place. Daniel is very trusting, so if anyone's going to be taken captive, it would be him. It would be very easy for Justine to trick him. Though after the events of the Dark Descent, he may be much less trusting. But if he went for the ending where he sacrifices himself, obviously there's no one to respond to the letter. And if he goes for the ending where he saves Agrippa, then again there's no one to respond to the letter. He appears to be saved at the end of the Dark Descent if you go for that route. And I'm assuming he's probably in another dimension with Agrippa and Johann Weyer. So he wouldn't be able to respond to the letter there either. So it begs the question, is his fate after the revenge ending to just be another victim of Justine? Or perhaps I'm looking too deeply into that. I do have a habit of doing such a thing. Oh, I just had a reality check. I remember where I am and what I have to do. I'm not mentally prepared. Well, I'll just have to suck it up and deal with it, I suppose. I won't fail you guys like last time. I won't keep pausing. You got my back. No, I got my back. You guys don't have my back. You can't do anything for me. In fact, if you could, like, somehow alter what goes on here for me, you'd make it worse for me, undoubtedly. Because you think it's funny. I mean, I would do the same thing, to be honest. Actually, no, I might help them. It depends on my mood at the moment. And trust me, I may sound calmer than I was last time, but my heart is pounding. That is not helping. It just doesn't help one bit that there is just water everywhere. I said I wouldn't do that! I'm a strong boy, I'm a big lad, man. What do you think you're doing?! Don't play these games with Dr. Jamesy. Don't play these games. You don't want to mess with me, punk. You don't know who I am and what I can do. My power is inevitable. He's right behind me, isn't he? Oh. I was scared over nothing. I'm so embarrassed. I'm really sorry about that. Wow. And to think I actually saved him too. I'm a boss. I'm the man. I'm the myth, the legend, etc. Also, that was a very interesting loading screen. It talked of her suppressed desires. So that's very interesting. Alongside that, I presume the cabinet is obviously referring to this place. Her father used this to help patients. I don't really see that though, because this place looks like a torture chamber from beginning to end. But again, that might just be because of Justine's modifications.
Inspector Moreau, are you still with us? I'm looking forward to see if you managed to save him or not. I know very little about him, but surely he had a family, don't you think? Poor, poor, fatherless children. But he falls on his own sword. His kind is not meant to come for people like me. Laws are made for cretins. The aristocracy doesn't need to know right from wrong. We are always right.
She is obviously quite egotistical as well, but that's nothing new there for psychopaths, I don't think. Not as if she is even a psychopath, but I get the feeling she is. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. No bodies. Oh my goodness. The bodies are each of the people you let die. I should see 2 bodies and that's it. One, 2, let's go. I mean, I'm sad that they died, of course, but let's go. Very interesting. Most interesting. So yeah, she obviously sees herself both in a highlight, but is also very judgmental of herself. I'm sure there's a word for it, but I don't know it right now. But she sees herself both in a highlight and a low light. I'm amazed you could even justify your research from the get-go. Oh, my throat kinda hurts from that madness I was performing earlier. Her actions only become more and more disturbing, so she had done many bad things, and each one was worse than the last. Terrified and humiliated is interesting because Obviously she's being yelled at and scolded at. That is scary, but humiliated. I don't know, do you usually feel humiliation? Of course you do, what am I talking about? That was goofy of me, I apologize. What does that mean? I still don't get the symmetry.
Well done. You have triumphed, conquered my cabinet. I wish I could tell you how you did, but alas, this is a recording. You will have to figure it out all by yourself. Did anyone survive? The doctor? The priest? Or perhaps the policeman? Who was allowed to live? Why? You should really reflect on these past events and consider what they meant to you, what you have learned about your true nature. Father never knew me. He thought he did, but then he was frightened. And nothing was ever the same again. I can still see him, lying there on the floor. He looked so surprised. The star-shaped soapstone stained by his blood fell to the floor with a sonorous thud. Blame me not, for I was but a child. With careful ambition, I dare to smile. Rest in peace, Papa.
Once again, very interesting, and these drawings on the wall, one of them, there is a star shape in the background and what looks to be orbs. I'm wondering if that star-shaped soap orb was one of the mystical orbs. And in which case, maybe that's where the insanity comes from, because I do know the orbs often leak madness. But then again, Alexander's orbs leaked madness because of the torture he inflicted. I don't know why the orb they had would leak madness. Still, there's a strange and mysterious power to these things. It is possible it was corrupting the father and daughter in some way. I know the light that comes from these orbs is usually star-shaped, but I don't know if that actually means anything. I really want to read these, but there's so many and they're so hard to read because of, well, the way it's written and the blurry of vision. We must hurry, it's not too late. It will be the end of everything. What will that perfect someone saw here bring? What will that perfect sphere bring? Oh? Is that speaking of the orb? Stay alive. The tattered yellow king shape Kingsbar Dethrone. I couldn't read that, sorry guys. Suffer the trial. Through the gates. From beyond it comes. Spin the wheels, crank the engine. Climb the highest tower. The skinless one is waking. Huh? The beautiful pain. Oh, Father. Gluttony. It will be again. It's coming. Liar. Alois does to use dust as a sore muse? Death shall moor across the floor. The pipers will call for us to dance. They who burrow wait beneath. From beyond it comes. Through the gates. I read these ones already. So far, these are mad scribblings by what appears to be Justine, but as for what they mean, I do not know. It pleases me. Lonely. What? We that perfect sphere. What will that perfect sphere bring? Same message from before. I am emerging from within. Entertain me. It will be the end of everything. We must hurry. It's not too late. The tattered yellow kings. I still can't read that one. King S H A L Kingshall? Oh, the tattered king shall dethrone. Who is the tattered king? The perfect sphere obviously refers to what I presume to be the star-shaped soapstone, which I presume to be the mystical orb. Through the gates, from beyond it comes, my darlings. The inside, they who burrow wait beneath, suffer the trial. Oh, this one must be important. It's bright. Plummet through the ancient city. Death shall moor across the floor. Playful. It will be again. It's coming. The pipers will come to dance. Stay alive. Plummet through the ancient city. What ancient city?
So it comes to an end. Now that you have seen what you truly are, you are able to go on and face eternity without fear, without doubt.
Is this dude moving? I could have sworn he was moving last time. Oh, I moved him with my body. I am so stupid sometimes. Goodness me. Normally when you throw something, you're supposed to aim. If that had hit me, would it have killed me? I nearly forgot to close that, if you can believe it. Almost died. Whoa! What a shallow wall. Goodness me, it's dark in my room. I really need to turn the light on, but I don't want to get up. What a first world problem.
This was the best one yet. So elaborate. It's just too much.
Open the door and let us remove ourselves from this dungeon. Hey, you! Almost free. Come on, get us out of here!
I have my ladder. I am bewildered and astonished. There is somebody else alive. Who could it be? Let's see here. There's the first victim. The guy on the bench. You have to kill him to release the ladder. I did that. The second guy, I tried to save him. He's the one with the slides. But I could not save him. I ended up killing him on accident. And then the third guy, who I was originally going to kill, but ended up saving the detective. That should be all there is. Why are there 2 survivors?
It's all right. No one will be coming through that door. It's locked and bolted.
I'm afraid they'll have to answer to Eloise.
Intricate machinery. I can't for the life of me understand why he built this.
That is a brilliant question. I don't know why either. This seems a bit much for therapy. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. But anyways, I'm astonished that there was a...
Can't hurt me anymore.
Justine, you're on borrowed time. I cannot believe there was more than one person there. Did I do something wrong?
Don't want any of the guests coming in here.
Mademoiselle Justine, are you down there? Is everything all right?
Of course, Clarice, I'm quite all right. Is everything ready for tonight?
Yes, the goose is ready any minute now. The guests should be arriving within the hour.
The goose?
Clarice, I know it's a busy day, but make sure to post this letter for me, okay?
You reading Goose?
Certainly, Mademoiselle Justine. Urgent, is it?
Not really. It's already years late. I just thought they should know. I'm still alive.
Goose? I've heard of eating chicken, but goose? People eat goose? Chicken? Of course everyone eats chicken, you buffoon! I'm flustered. I meant to say like duck. People eat duck, but goose? The darkness in this room must be getting to me. I have got to turn the light on. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. I still can't believe it, Goose. Well, whatever, that's the least of my concerns. Also, she says, let them know she is still alive. Daniel was never wondering that in the letter. I don't know why she says that specifically. Well, anyways. That was amazing once again. I'm starting to realize the chase scene at the end isn't really that bad. I mean, the sound design, the atmosphere, the intenseness of it all, it makes you feel like you're on like your last life. It makes you feel like he's right behind you at all times. But near the end there, he broke through the gate, and yet I still had enough time to open that door, crawl underneath it, run ahead, look behind, and I still had roughly 4 seconds. I could have stood still for 3 or 4 seconds and still got away. So you have more time than I thought. It doesn't mean you should go easy on it though, because, you know, you get too complacent and you start walking too slowly or something and taking your time, you will be killed. Still, it's not as bad as I expected. Now, this was very fun to go through once again. We learned a bit more about the story, and I feel more like I understand everything that went on just a little bit more. I actually have enough time in the day to record the good route, but why rush things, you know? I'll just upload this for today, and then tomorrow I will, after doing a lot of thinking about the game and whatnot, I'll record the good route, which will be the finale of Justine and unfortunately the Dark Descent as a whole. I'll see if I can, like, gather up any thoughts of the Dark Descent and Justine for a small discussion at the end tomorrow. I would very much enjoy that. For now though, as always, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the good route tomorrow. Have a good one.